Yo, what's up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I hope everybody is well. Happy Monday night. Again, the only thing this raw is Vince Show on USA. Thank you um, for tuning into this. Whenever you tune into this, by now you should know. If not, it's all good. This is Where's My Finish Line. And today, I'm going to talk about your happy place and how I believe it's going to equal your purpose. Okay? Happy place equaling your purpose. But first, before I get into that, I definitely could not begin this particular live stream or just anything that I got to say without giving a rest in peace to Chucky Thompson, man. Chucky Thompson is one of my true inspirations throughout just the music industry. And I say that because Chucky Thompson is a member of the Hitmen. And for me, possibly, and I know there's probably greater teams. Well, no, I can't. Well, tandems maybe. But for me, the Hitman is the greatest production team ever assembled in life. Okay. I understand what, Kanye kind of has going and what he has done with, Kanye and you could say, Hit Boy and Key Wayne and just like other producers. But those are kind of one-off projects, like if they're all working on Big Sean's album or they're all doing something for Push or for himself, Travis Scott includes in that mix. And I get what they're doing, but the Hitmen though was manufactured by, my first, I would say, actual executive / music, actual idol, Puffy, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, Love Combs, whatever you want to call him in 2021. But Diddy assembled the Hitmen. And the Hitmen were Stevie J, Chucky Thompson, and D-Dot. And I feel like I'm leaving one more person out. I think Mario Winans counts. I think Mario Winans also counts as a member of the original Hitmen. But I say that to say that, man, especially if you're a real music lover, you were definitely raised off of Chucky Thompson production, as well as some of his writing as well. When I say the Hitmen, think about Usher's, I think, first album. I think Chucky Thompson produced Think of You, all the time I think of you, holding on to someone new. I think he did that joint. He did the Flavor in Your Ear remix for sure. I do know that. And probably my favorite R&B album ever, if not, is definitely top 3. Is Faith album's first album, Faith, and he produced half of it. So, yeah, Chucky Thompson, man. Very, very sad and unfortunate to see that he had passed. As a person that is that wants to, get in the actual industry full time for songwriting and to learn production, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. And I want to Google him real quick to run y'all some more credits, because I'm not really doing them any justice. But I know he's in the Mary doc, the My Life doc, because he did a lot of work with Mary early, because obviously, the Hitmen did a lot of Diddy, Hitman did early Mary projects. So that includes What's the 411, that includes Share My World, that includes My Life. So, your favorite Mary song is probably produced by Chucky Thompson, is what I'm trying to say to you when I say that. I know the Shine joint with Barrington Levy, he produced that, specifically that one. And you got to be specific, because, Stevie J could have did one, D-Dot could have did one, Mario Winans could have did one, but Chucky Thompson did a lot. He was I think one of the first ones early. He did Nas's One Mic. Y'all know I'm a huge Nas fan. Nas is my favorite rapper ever. I don't care about who your favorite rapper is. I don't care who you think the greatest is. Nas is my favorite rapper. Every answer that I have regarding the best is going to be Nas. I don't give a fuck what you think. I just like to say that, especially when this album's dropped. Yeah. But here, real quick though, he did got a story to tell. Yeah, one of the best songs on the double CD. You know what I'm saying? I want to see just give y'all some joints I probably don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's Raheem Devon Woman. No, I had no idea. I had no idea. Let us see. Everything Changes. He did that. Wow, Leela James, Party All Night. I did not know that. Wow. But yeah, so just to, I don't want to get into totally just reading all of his credits because there's really not enough. Like he has 30 years now of just classic production, classic writing. If you don't know, Google the Hitmen. Again, I still believe that they are the greatest production team ever. And I am not taking anything away from Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, but that's I think another stratosphere. I think when we talk about the fusion of hip hop and R&B, let me be crystal clear when I say this. When we talk about the fusion of hip hop and R&B and what it meant and what it represented for the early '90s into the 2000s, and even how it's coming back, the whole Bad Boy run and everything that was influenced by the Bad Boy run stems from the Hitmen. Yes, Diddy is an executive producer, and he did produce a lot of joints as well. But Eric D. Angeletti, Stevie J, Mario Winans, Chucky Thompson, those were the guys that built the foundation to a whole style that is still being emulated to this day. They were all super incredible. And man, super big loss to lose Chucky Thompson, man. Rest in peace and sincere prayers and condolences to his family and true friends. Where's my finish line? Where's my finish line? Today, we will talk about a happy place and how it equals purpose. Or at least how I believe so. Moss, what up, man? Yes, Chucky Thompson was definitely a dope dude. Absolutely. I am going to take a sip of water here as we get started. I guess it would be appropriate. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. One more. Dead wrong. He did that wrong. B.I.G. Eminem. All right, so man, the past few days have been amazing for my psyche. They've been amazing for me mentally, emotionally, and I feel at great peace because for the last few days, I have been able to write a whole bunch of songs. And when I say a whole bunch, I don't mean like two in a hook, right? When I say I wrote a whole bunch of songs this week, within, I say, what was it, Thursday or Friday? From Thursday or Friday? No, actually, that is a super lie. From Saturday to right now, earlier this afternoon, I wrote 7 songs, something like that. And I also wrote a hook for someone's project. And when the time is right, we'll reveal that. But I've been working with another writer, a person whose pen I really respect. And we've got a chance to do a couple joints. I'm super happy. I'm super happy because I knew I could do it. I just wanted the opportunity to do it. And I've also written out several just songs, actual songs. And when I say songs, This ain't me like using the cheat code that is this current era's formula of 12 bar verse and like a 1 bar hook that just said 8 times. No, 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 no. I've written some songs that are minimal 8 bar, 3 verses, bridges with hooks, 16 bar, 24 bar, just all over the place. Like so many different styles, so many different genres. They're just not rap songs either. I think I wrote a pretty dope rock song this weekend. I think I wrote a pretty nice pop song this weekend. And saying that because I was telling Cloak, and I'm sure he'll see this whenever he tunes in if he's able to, that I had this whole concept of this project in my mind. And all I needed to do was write it down. And I knew I would have it. And I'm so glad I didn't lie to myself. And the cool thing about writing for me is that I'll get into a space that once I write down ideas or once I write out like a song or something, it'll make room for the next thing that I was thinking about. And it'll make room for the next thing I was thinking about. And it'll also let me know, hey, are you constantly talking about the same thing? Or do you have truly different ideas? And I ran into that. And you know what? It made me push my pen even further into the space of making sure that I was really giving different content per song. And I think that's super important. You have to admire consistency. If an artist wants to talk about women for 10 songs, he can make it sound like 10 different songs. That's actually a very potent skill. It really is. I'm never trying to disregard or disrespect that. Just like, if a rapper wants to talk about drugs, like, people give Pusha T a lot of flack because they say that his songs are only about selling crack or dope or drugs, right? And for the most part, they're right. But there has to be something said about how he's able to revamp and continue to give you high quality crack rap, and it sounds different. That is very interesting, to rap about the same thing every single time and yet it feel differently. Same thing for a lot of singers and writers. A lot of people unfortunately, people are a lot of singing about drug use, but like, for instance, Future makes a lot of his songs do sound the same, but he does find a different way to flip drug talk, whether it's using it or selling it. Saying all that, specifically to say that I was very proud of myself that 7 or 8 songs got written out and none of them were the same topic, but they all took place in a theme. And I can't wait for this theme to be packaged and unveiled. And then I was able to take a break from that and then write a whole other hook for another person. And they really enjoyed it. So that's always like fulfilling. It's always rewarding for me because I'm really taking the approach to this differently. My happy place undoubtedly is writing, and specifically writing songs, writing music. And I know now that I truly got to get focused, and I'm going to learn how to play piano. I'm going to learn how to play guitar. I'm going to pick back up my saxophone, and we are going to continue to create music because that's my happy place. And I do honestly believe that is my purpose. My purpose / my gift. I think all of that is all together. And I have a guitar here that I just don't know how to play. I need to learn how to play it immediately. And I need to get another keyboard, or I need to get another piano. And so I can begin to really learn how to play so I can get a lot of these projects done, because I wrote a lot of things with just melodies in my head and no production. Now, I don't know if people are able to do that. I don't know if that is something that's normal, but I hear a lot of things in my mind. I just hear sounds and tones and melodies and words. So it's really easy for me to create a song, whether it's a beat playing or not. You know what I'm saying? What up, Philip Banks? How you doing, sir, man? I hope everything's well with you, man. Hope you've been taking care of yourself. I came across one of your posts, man. Always prayers up for you, bro. And excuse me. So I like being able to do that because I can hear things and write them down, but sometimes my vision can't be captured by other like producers or I should other beat makers. I've unfortunately haven't got the chance to sit with very many producers in my lifetime, but I'm hoping to change that as I get really deeper into this songwriting thing, because I'm not going to limit myself. Like I truly don't even want to be labeled as like an artist or a rapper of any kind. And it's not to be disrespectful to the craft of emceeing and being a lyricist, because y'all all should know, if you know anything about me, I have the utmost respect for rap, lyricism, hip hop, all of that. But what I'm doing right now, the mental space that I am right now, like, man, I think I could give a fire song to Adele and it's totally on brand. You know what I'm saying? I believe that you could sit me in a placement with Brad Paisley and there's going to be some fire being created. And then I can get a joint with Mary J. Blige and it's still going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? I think her and I could collab and it would be something dope. But then if I needed to, like, I could work with West Side Gun or Corday, or you know what I'm saying? So like that's the space that I'm in. And I don't need to be on a world tour or drop. Hopefully I won't have to drop a lot of projects to get to this. Hopefully I can put together maybe 2 or 3 projects, or just a bunch of loosies just out there, just showing the versatility. And finding artists to sing some of these songs and some of them to even perform them. And hopefully that some of the songs that I'm collaborating on, they do well, and my name just spreads, because that's the only way that I definitely know how to do this. And that is writing songs, getting them out, letting people have an opinion on them, whether it's positive or negative, and getting placement. That's what it's going to take. And I have been on a roll trying to make that happen for myself. And it really got me thinking about something that Steve Harvey said. I want to say it was when he had the Steve Harvey show. You know, obviously he took this from the Bible, this part, like your gift will make room for you. But he was just focusing on, in this segment, he was focusing on how whatever you do effortlessly is your gift. And what you need to do is hone in on your gift, nurture your gift, practice your gift, cultivate your gift so it can make room for you and provide you purpose. And I truly do believe, because of just how happy it makes me, that songwriting is my purpose. I used to broaden it to say like writing in general, but even writing for Bravado, writing for ChicagoMusic.com, writing for BehindTheRhyme.com, writing for Ruby Horner briefly, writing when I was working for Radio 1, it felt good, but none of it feels as good as actual songwriting. Like I could literally write songs all day. And I have in the past. Versatile can speak to this. And I think I mentioned it before, so I'm going to get the very short Cliff Note version of it. But when I was like 19, it's 18 or 19, I used to have this 2 or 3 inch binder. with nothing but loose leaf paper in it. And literally my goal was to write something every single day. So what I had with this binder and these papers was just actual, like, just lyrics, whether it was 50-bar verse, 4-bar hook with a written down concept of what it would be, song, 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 another one. Like, I literally filled this binder, and I want to say it was probably like 300 pages. And I got to the middle of that joint pretty quickly, because I just thought it was just a very healthy exercise to just keep writing, even when there's nothing going on. Never to disregard or disrespect anybody else's writing process, but some people only write when they are in like project mode or album mode, as they say. And I don't believe in writer's block, because I've absolutely never had it. I've never had writer's block a day in my life. And it's because part of the exercise for me was writing every single day, because even the stuff that you don't use should be written down. That's my personal assessment. That's how I feel personally about it. I never wasted a bar. I never wasted a piece of paper. Like, everything was writing every single day. And sometimes, for some of you that think you may have writer's block or claim to have writer's block, write that thing that's on the front of your mind out of your mind, because that will help you get to whatever else you're trying to get to. Sometimes you got writer's block because you got things that you don't want to say, or you things that you feel you shouldn't say. And see, I never listen to that. I never listen to that. When I feel like I shouldn't write something down or I shouldn't say it, it definitely gets written or said. And even if it's just for me to see, that helps it get out of my mind so I can keep pushing forward. So yeah, I don't know if that's a rarity, but to me, I think that's why I've personally never had writer's block. I can always think of something. Now, there could be some things that I just don't want to write about, but that doesn't mean that's not a form of writer's block. And what I hear is writer's block is when you just can't think of anything to write. And I've never, ever experienced that personally. So that's why I never stopped writing. Yeah. When I wrote 20 songs one night, the 20 beats, nice. I knew that was my talent, and everything was different. Didn't use all of it, but most I did. And you hit the nail on the head. Yeah, no, absolutely. And you know what? I think people, because people get, Banks, too many people get too wrapped up in somebody else's process. And that's like their gauge. Like I hate it, like, because we from the same era. I hate it when like rappers would say, "Man, I got more songs than Pac." I don't give a damn. I don't care, because honestly, after Machiavelli, I didn't want to hear anything else from Pac, because he's not here to put it out, put his sauce on it. So like, I personally don't care. I used to hate. I hated that. I still hate I just freestyle and write nothing down. Like, I don't care. Like, that doesn't make you great. That doesn't make your product of high quality. Like, you should lean on what it sounds good to you. It doesn't matter how you make the burger. It matters that the burger is fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just walking in, you ain't washed your hands, and you just throwing some seasoning on it and some American cheese, I'm not eating that shit. But, you know what I'm saying, if you got your cleaner area cleansed, and you got real grade A Angus, and you throwing cheddar on that hoe with like sauteed mushrooms on brioche, like, we killing it. We buying 3 of those. We killing that. And that's the difference. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter how fast you write. It don't matter how quick. Like, none of that matters. None of that matters, because your purpose, I believe, again, this is a very super opinionated, where's my finish line today? So I'm sorry about this, but I get really passionate about just the task of writing. But your purpose should be connecting with people. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even mean connecting with people like I'm trying to make a hit record. Like, no. when you write something for me, especially like if it's supposed to be a song, even when I'm writing for another person, like for instance, like I'm collaborating on this song. This is the second time we're going to collaborate on this joint, and I hope they both come out because I really want you guys to hear these songs. When I came up with the hook for today, I really sat and thought like, yo, what can people take from this hook and connect with? Like, granted, you want to say some dope shit, you want to say some fly shit, you want to say something cool, but I really want people to do what I do when I hear music. You know what I'm saying? Like, and music should have moments that create the soundtrack of your life. Like certain words can't even be said around me without me thinking of music, you know? Like when y'all know how it's when somebody say first things first, some of y'all be like, I papa, freak all the honeys, dummies, playboy bunnies, those wanting money. Like some of y'all do that. You know you do that like in your mind when that happens. You know, when somebody be like, man, I got a feeling. Sometimes I'll be like, that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. You can't help it. Like, and I want to build those kind of moments. And also a part of me taking the songwriter versus the out front artist aspect is I literally want to write something to connect with literally any possible person in the world. One of the illest things I ever seen, it's been about 15 or 20 years now, is the story of Full Force. It wasn't quite a documentary. I think it was like a behind the music, but at this time, that's how old it is. But when it totally blew my mind when they said Bow-Legged Lou from Full Force wrote the Backstreet Boys, All I Have to Give. I was blown away by that. Because how did the Ain't My Type of Hype dude write All I Have to Give by the Backstreet Boys? I didn't even think about that. Like at the time when I got that information, that totally just blew me out of the water. Like, fam, how did he come up with that? And you know, it made me start paying attention to more of the sounds in my head and just the things in my head, because I don't just listen to rap music. I don't just listen to R&B music. I'm actually like, you know, I played saxophone for like a decade. I tried playing piano, but it wasn't for school, so I didn't really stick with it. I was trying to take guitar lessons on YouTube, and that ain't really for me. Like I'm probably a little too old school where I really do need somebody in the room with me, showing me how to play instruments. I'm not the greatest at playing by ear, even though my cousin Alan helped me a lot, like in church, because he didn't know how to. He necessarily wasn't like a composer of music. He just knew how to play the organ and the piano just really well. And I was just learning from him, and just everything I knew from technical standpoints, like key signatures and tempos and arrangements and scales. I used it to connect with him playing by ear, and that's how we got a lot of stuff done. But I realized how happy all of that made me to do that consistently. And right now we're chasing that feeling, because I do believe that is my divine purpose, if you will. Like I believe that I am going to write a song that people are going to gravitate to with, like, you know, like maybe it's going to be like Titanic soundtrack level. It's going to be We Are the World level. It's going to be, you know what I mean? It's going to be one of those things where, like, wow, this is world music. Like, this is impacting the world. And I'm totally happy with me giving that to a person that has the right voice, or an artist that is trying to get off the shelf at a label, or, you know, who knows what the game will look like in 5 years. And maybe the majority of the artists are truly independent and thriving more than labels, and I can then independently contract myself out to them. And we do joints like that as well. Either way, man, I'm super excited. I'm super excited. My ultimate happy place of songwriting. It was a pleasure to just rattle off like 7 joints and then give one away. Like, like that was super dope to me. I was like, dang, I gotta go to work. Like, dang it. But that helped me understand what I have to do. So, undoubtedly, man, I gotta get these 2 projects completed and out. Searching for production. I need a piano player. I need a guitar player. Acoustic, preferably. And we got to get these joints recorded, man. And we got to get these joints out so I can get my my footprint out, my songwriter footprint out, all of my profiles for music. I'm going to start building, especially once these songs become available. I'm going to literally build them as like labeling me as a songwriter, not an artist, because I definitely want that. I'm just enamored by that process, like being a studio rat and going to studio and booth to booth, creating and writing. And plus, I am super dead serious about learning piano again and learning the guitar again and picking up my saxophone again. And I need to learn how to play drums. I need to get my coordination down to play drums if I'm keeping it real. Like that's my real problem. I try playing drums and maybe my moves and switches are backwards, but playing the drums was super difficult for me. I felt like a retard, like a like a mug. Something about just my coordination, man, because I feel the beat all over. Like I feel the beat in both of my hands and my legs. So it's like, yeah. Yeah, man. It's like, yo. Matter of fact, oh yeah, my man J-Dub. J-Dub I don't even say is an excellent drummer. I might need your help, sir. Like you might need to be a part of my like other Midwest mid condition band. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my coordination is like super crazy. It's like illy unorthodox. But I think that's why I was so good at saxophone though. Because I learned how to play Bout It by ear because I just like to just fumble and fiddle, and I was able to pick up melodies like that. Like, yeah, when it doesn't involve like any like real like organization, I'm cold. Like I'm super cold at just like being not organized. But yeah, man. And this is all private. I'm just going to speak some into existence, man, because it does look like I'm going to spend the rest of my life in Tennessee, at least as a home base. Like I'm probably going to build a home here in the next few years. But I have this idea for this creative compound, and what I definitely want to have in it, in one of the rooms, is just like this full, just elaborate studio where everything for like, let's say like a 5-piece band for sure is already set up in there. But then of course, you got the board, you got probably like 2 or 3 recording rooms and all of that. What I'm saying, Pretty Brown Thighs is definitely something that I'm into for sure. You know what I'm saying? But I'm putting that all together, and it literally just becomes a place where, I mean, obviously during like certain hours, we will rent out, the studio for time or whatever. But then, man, it's just creative process. Like I want that to become a place where like, yo, I got to come to Nashville, mess with Cam. We got some joints that we putting together and knocking out. And then we just got everything there for you to create and do your thing. And but also though, I want a room that's just reserved for people to learn instruments. Like I want to have like, because they don't really teach this in school no more from what I'm understanding, which is why I'm super glad for Layla's school, because they're giving them the option to learn piano. Like somebody that actually learns piano is willing to come in. They charge them by the hour or by the session or something like that. But I know she would really learn how to do it. And we had the conversation about just putting in the work. But then I thought about it. I was like, shoot, maybe I need to slide this lady a quick hundo and get about 4 or 5 sessions out of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we paying for her to go to the school. That count too, right? You know? But yeah, I would love to do that, like a studio, and then like another room where people can actually learn instruments. And I got other ideas. I don't want to give too much of it away. But yeah, man, my creative compound is an idea I actually had when I had COVID, and I was just thinking about what I was going to do as soon as I got better, and what life is going to look like, and what I wanted out of life, and who I want to be around in life, and that idea came to my mind. So I'm really understanding now that just with the effortless weekend I had with just writing so many songs, that compound that needs to be back at the front of my mind. Like we're gonna do what I've definitely made up my mind to do, like with all my day jobs included, is that somehow, some way I will get placed and be prominent in this music industry in a behind the scenes fashion. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably like I don't have the desire to be Jay-Z or Lil Baby. But I do definitely have the desire to become Diddy, Chucky Thompson, Brian Michael Cox, Jamin Lewis, Quincy Jones. Like that's the class of people I want to be with. Stevie J, D Dot. Like I don't care. I don't care if I ever go platinum. But if I write a joint, or if I create and collab with a joint that ends up selling 10 million, I won, and I'm cool with that. And that's just me understanding who I am and what I want. Look, man, I spent 10 or 15 years performing and putting out projects, and I'm just not in that space to want to like just do all of that anymore. Like, yo, just lock me in the booth, lock me in the studio, man. I'll help anybody out. That's my vibe. That's my vibe. I enjoy that. That was always way more fun. Even though we threw some pretty dope shows, man. I was talking to Mitro about that last week. We had some pretty dope shows, but nothing was better than the creative process for me. I love the creative process. So where's my finish line? That's it. 37 minutes. I didn't write any new jewelry today, so we're going to recycle some unless y'all got more to add to the conversation. I do like Sam's idea of the Midwest Mint Condition, a Pretty Brown Thigh single. You know what I'm saying? I do have I had a list of rock band names. I still want to start a rock band too, by the way. Now that I won't lie, I might be the front man on, and I might have to get my Axl Rose on you hoes. You dig? That might get me off the porch. That might get me off the porch. But that's it. But where's my finish line? If we have nothing else here to as far as conversation, man, I'm going to go ahead and check my my notes here for where's my finish line, so we can hit y'all with some cool jewels. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time. I mean, it's okay if we recycle some sometimes. It's okay. Everything is all love. Let me see. Where's my finish line? Nope. Okay. While I look for some of these, I don't know why. Oh, wait. Wrong folder. There we go. Awesome. All right, man. So thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. And as you know, where's my finish line? We never leave you without some jewelry to live by. And one thing that I want to say off top here is sometimes you're not asking for too much. You're just asking the wrong person. Hold that. Marinate with that. Let that sit in your spirit. Okay. And then also, hey, listen, the last thing an ugly person should be is rude. You know what I'm saying? So if you are facially challenged, shooting up your attitude, because we don't want to hear that from you, especially, you know. And it's only toxic if she doesn't like you. Never forget that as well, guys. You know, you can get some wild and reckless stuff off, but she's got to like you. Never forget that. That's enough for me. 40 minutes deep. Where's my finish line? I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the interaction. And as always, it's love.